After I finished fixing the illness of the female lead from a dated novel, training her to be a normal person, I planned to leave the whole event behind. Her eyes were red, and she wouldn't let me go. I hugged her and told her to be good. "I'll go buy you some strawberries," I said, and then I vanished. I never expected that 3 years later, I would transmigrate back. Luo Shia, the pitiful little girl from the past, has now grown into the terrifying crime boss who controls everything in the Golden Circle. She grabbed my wrist, forcefully tossed me onto the bed, and wrapped a necktie around my neck, layer by layer. "Got a house kiss?" she purred. "You owe me those strawberries from 3 years ago. Tonight, do you want them planted on your neck or on your face?" I closed my eyes, opened them, closed them again, and opened them again, repeatedly confirming. Before me was always the familiar North City, outside a 5-star hotel. Luxury cars and beautiful people came and went endlessly. Flashbulbs went click, click, click. Everything was in preparation for the Luo family annual meeting that was about to begin tonight. I really did transmigrate back. God damn it! I squatted in a corner, completely frozen. The system urged me, "Go find the female lead, hurry! Host, why are you squatting? Are you hatching an egg?" The moment it spoke, I blew up. "Hatching an egg? I'll hatch you! Didn't we agree that once the mission was complete, I was done? Why am I back here again?" 3 years ago, to break up with her, I practically humiliated Luo Shia to her face. "And you want me to go find her? Why don't you just tell me to die?" Whose fault is that? Didn't you mess up the mission? You've only been gone for 3 years, and Luo Shia is already insane. Who else should I call back if not you? If you don't find a way to fix this, forget the male lead. This whole world is going to be ruined by her. I was speechless. A few years ago, I accepted a commission to enter a dated novel and cure the psycho female lead. The plan was to train the female lead, return her to the male lead, and then I'd be free. I never expected that just 3 years after I left, she would blacken again. And she's the kind who wants to destroy the world on a whim. So, here I am, summoned back. I squatted there, lost in thought. The system suddenly shrieked, "Host, look, the target is here!" I looked up. Under the dazzling starlight, the beam of a spotlight flowed like water, chasing its way right to the entrance. A chauffeur in white gloves opened the car door. The girl who stepped out was expressionless. High heels, a little formal dress, white and slender calves. She had an imposing presence. She walked straight into the venue, her assistant nervously trailing behind her. I held my breath. Luo Shia. 3 years later, she looked much more mature, but her aura was colder. People around me whispered, "That's the current Luo Corp president, Luo Shia. With looks like that, why doesn't she become a celebrity?" Don't talk nonsense. She was originally an illegitimate child. I heard she used ruthless, shady tactics to kill off many senior executives as a sacrifice before she got this position. A celebrity? Give me a break. I cautiously shrank back into the corner. The next second, a searing gaze crossed the crowd and landed on me. Luo Shia turned her head and stared at me intensely. "What's wrong, President Luo?" her assistant asked. I nervously swallowed my saliva and looked down. Luo Shia paused for a few seconds, pursed her lips, and said, "Nothing." Then, she strode her long legs and walked into the banquet hall without looking back. The system cursed, "Coward! If you don't go up and reveal yourself now, when do you plan to?" I rubbed my nose. "Wait a bit longer? She looks really fierce right now. I feel like she might hurt me." Did you not hurt her 3 years ago when you left the world? 3 years ago, the male lead was about to appear, and my mission was complete, so I could leave. To get me out, the system fabricated an identity and a reason, claiming my parents went bankrupt and I had to go abroad to avoid trouble. At the airport, Luo Shia wouldn't let me go. She just held my hand, her eyes red, repeatedly asking, "How much money? How much do your parents owe?" I couldn't break free, so I hugged her and lied. "Just pretend I'm going on a long trip to buy you strawberries, okay?" She wasn't crazy back then. Why is she so murderous now? As the two passers-by said, Luo Shia, the female lead of this story, is an illegitimate daughter of a wealthy family. Her father, a famous high-ranking official in North City, had a brief affair with his assistant and had a child. The assistant didn't want him to take responsibility, so she quit her job, ran far away with the baby, and gave birth to Luo Shia in her hometown. But not long after, The assistant died of illness, and Luo Xia's background was revealed to the public. She had no choice but to return to North City to find her father, and thus she was taken in by the wealthy family. I figured, isn't this the modern, rich family version of Xia Ziwei from My Fair Princess? But she wasn't as sweet as Ziwei. No one in the entire Luo family welcomed her. Her relatives wouldn't let her sit at the dinner table, and the brothers in the family ostracized and bullied her. Even the maids could curse her, making her fight with the dog for food. So when I transmigrated and met her, she was being beaten up by her relatives. 5 daughters, cornered in the snow. I used a huge firecracker to scare away those little brats, pulled Luo Xia up from the snow and asked her, "Did you get hurt when you fell?" Luo Xia had fresh scars overlapping old ones on her face. She held a handful of snow and stared at the ground expressionlessly without speaking. She was only about 10 years old then. In the dead of winter, her down jacket was soaked through with water, and her neck was full of cold, wet snow. Yet she was unnaturally calm. I thought for a moment and said, "I just moved in next door to you. My parents are business partners with your father. Do you want to come to my house and change your clothes?" I don't know which keyword she heard, but Luo Xia finally turned to look at me unhurriedly. Our eyes met. Her gaze was desolate and cold, like a knife hidden in the dark. I was momentarily stunned and unconsciously let go of her hand. She said coldly, "Get lost." I began my long path of conquest. Luo Xia, this child, was honestly not easy to approach. To get closer to her, I transferred to her school and became her classmate. Only then did I realize that half of the weakness and easy-to-bully look she displayed in front of her family was an act. In reality, her grades were excellent, and she was very good at fighting. She could summon a crowd of followers and also beat those who came to provoke her until they submitted. I was quite pleased. Great! She knows how to protect herself. The system cursed me. Great, my foot! In a few more years, she's going to start killing people. Yes, my mission was to prevent her from developing an antisocial personality. So I started trying to reform her. When the teacher formed study groups, she was left alone. I immediately ran over and grabbed her hand. "I can be in a group with you, classmate Luo." During the spring outing, the teacher told everyone not to wander off alone. She was left alone again. I immediately ran over. "Walk with me, classmate Luo. I can fight a kangaroo, so taking me along is a great deal." Luo Xia initially ignored me. Later, when she got annoyed, she would give me a few words, such as, "Get lost, don't follow me, and go play somewhere else." I didn't mind much. It didn't matter if I couldn't reform her in a day or two. After all, I had plenty of time. It was still a long time before she would reclaim Luo Core, meet the male lead, and completely blacken. I had all the time in the world. So over the years, through the cold and the heat, I followed her like a shadow. With me around, she wasn't pressed to the floor and beaten by her cousins. No one stepped on her face with their shoes. No teacher was around when people falsely accused her of stealing in school or publicly ridiculed her for being, quote, born of a mother but lacking a mother's guidance. Later, when she started her own business, I helped her avoid the drugged wine, the scandalous headlines, and her family's humiliation. She reclaimed the company, and her career slowly got on track. The next step was to get together with a male lead and live a happy life in every sense of the word. But why did she blacken again? I squatted on the ground, unable to understand. My legs were numb, and I was hungry. I decided to sneak into the venue and get some food. It was the Luo family's annual meeting. Luo Xia was at the main table, and everyone took turns toasting her. She occasionally gave face with a polite clink, but mostly she didn't drink. Across the crowd, I saw her cold, indifferent expression from afar. I wondered, she has already taken back Luo Corp and will never be bullied again. Why is she still unhappy? "I don't know! Go over and ask her!" the system prompted. I didn't go over, but I saw an intern approach her. A young, shy face holding 2 glasses of red wine. "President Luo, I'm this year's intern, Mr. Zhao's son. Do you remember me? I'd like to toast you." Luo Xia rested her chin on her hand, paused, and then looked back. There was no warmth in her eyes. "Mr. Zhao? Yes, we met at a birthday party last year." "I don't recall," she interrupted. I have no impression of ugly people." The young man froze on the spot. I shook my head and sighed. 3 years later, she still spoke so viciously. "But where is the male lead? Why isn't she with him?" The system didn't answer. The next second, the intern named Zhao lost his footing, and a splash of red wine went flying toward Luo Xia. Luo Xia's eyes were quick, and she shielded her left wrist with her hand. A collective gasp arose from the crowd. The assistant quickly pulled the intern away, saying cautiously, "President Luo, are you all right? He didn't mean it. I'll go with you to change your clothes." Luo Xia's gaze swept over the intern, her expression turning gloomy, but she didn't lash out. She followed the assistant without a word. The tense atmosphere in the venue slowly started to dissipate. I wondered why she covered her left hand. A passing guest heard me and enthusiastically replied, "Ah, that bracelet was a gift from her husband. It's said to be a string of prayer beads. She cherishes it and doesn't allow anyone to touch it." Her previous assistant was careless and sprinkled some water on it once, and she almost choked them to death. I froze with a small cake in my mouth. Husband? But those prayer beads on her wrist, they're the ones I gave her. I figured either the passerby was mistaken or the prayer beads she was wearing now weren't the ones I gave her. I sat in the venue, lost in thought, while angrily gobbling down 10 strawberry mini cakes. Feeling full, I randomly grabbed an employee wearing an ID badge and asked, "Does anyone in your company know a guy named Ye Chen?" The employee's expression turned subtly strange. "Never met him." They quickly mumbled 3 words and ran off. I grabbed a second person and asked the same question. "Have you ever met Ye Chen?" The second person looked conflicted, struggling to speak, but also shook their head. "No." I asked 5 people in a row, and they all said they hadn't seen him. That's odd. Ye Chen is the male lead, the future son-in-law of the Luo family. He should have met Luo Xia and fallen in love instantly 3 years ago. Why has no one seen him? I pondered this, starting on my 11th strawberry mini cake. The lights in the venue suddenly dimmed. The host walked onto the stage and smiled, greeting everyone. "Our President Luo is in a good mood tonight, so we're going to play a game. Please close your eyes now. Open them when I count to 15 seconds, all right?" The light was very dim. I had no idea what trick they were pulling, but the women around me gradually closed their eyes. I hesitated for a moment and closed mine too. The next second, I felt a familiar presence stop beside me. A hand firmly grasped my wrist. "Zhang Hao!" Luo Xia's voice fell next to my ear, syllable by syllable, warm with breath. "You're back, aren't you?" My heart leaped. My body recognized her scent before my brain did, and I instinctively tried to run. I failed to break free. The next second, an overwhelming, warm scent enveloped me. Luo Xia buried her face in my chest, her arms wrapping around my waist, holding me tightly. "Zhang Hao." In the dim light, her voice trembled almost imperceptibly. "Don't move. Just let me hold you for a moment." I was stunned, and my mind instantly panicked. I quickly pushed her away. "No, Luo Xia, calm down. Your boyfriend is watching." Even though I had no idea where the boyfriend, Ye Chen, who should be with her, actually was. The next second, I felt a damp warmth where our skin touched. She pulled aside my collar, kissed my neck, and then bit me lightly, like a vampire. The humility in Luo Xia's voice vanished without a trace. "Now, no one dares to mention the word, boyfriend, in front of me, because the entire Luo family knows I only have one husband whose whereabouts are unknown." Her hand moved lower and she asked in a low voice, "You brought this up. Do you want to be killed by me tonight?" I froze like a corpse, too terrified to move. What does she mean? It's only been 3 years, and Luo Xia is already back to thinking about murder? The 15 seconds were incredibly long. Luo Xia, like a ghost sucking oxygen, finally let go slowly after she had hugged me enough. The lights at the front of the room came on. A spotlight suddenly hit me. "Ah, surprise!" The host was ecstatic. "It seems our lucky guest for tonight has appeared." Our President Luo has personally walked to his seat to award him tonight's special grand prize. 1. Dinner with the President. 2. A tour of the President's office. 3. A tour of the luminous watch collection the President keeps at home. Let's give him a round of applause. The whole venue erupted in applause. People looked at me with pity or wishes for good luck. I was utterly confused. What kind of lucky guest is this? Shouldn't it be a random draw? Hold on, I'll give up my spot and let everyone draw a lucky ticket instead. Ah, it seems our lucky gentleman tonight is so happy he's starting to talk nonsense, the host interrupted. Quick, let's have our security staff escort him to rest. Before I could object, 4 muscular bodyguards in black appeared from nowhere and whisked me out of the banquet hall. Luo Shia sat there, casually smoothing her dress for a long time before getting up to follow. I was invited by 2 bodyguards to Luo Shia's CEO office and was pressed onto her desk chair. I tried to get up, but they pressed my shoulders back down. I got up again and they pressed me back again. What is this all about? Luo Shia could have just kidnapped me directly. No one would dare object anyway, I tried to explain. It's a misunderstanding. Your President Luo and I don't have the relationship you think. I'm actually her godfather. Or, to put it simply, I'm her dad. Before I finished, a precious, cold laugh came from the doorway. My dad was sent to jail by me last year. He's still sitting in there. Are you sure? I snapped my head up. Luo Shia. She looked indifferent and motioned for the 4 bodyguards to leave. The 4 men, who looked like double-door refrigerators, nodded at her and uniformly backed out of the office. I was small, pitiful, and helpless, sitting in the office chair, not daring to move. I watched Luo Shia walk toward me, step by step. The CEO office was on the 20th floor, and outside the huge floor-to-ceiling windows was a bustling streetscape. Luo Shia unhurriedly took off the shawl over her dress as she walked. Then she took off her necklace, and then her watch. My heart pounded like a drum. Luo Shia, what are you doing? Don't think I haven't read the original text. Every time the female lead makes this move, it means she's about to, The next second, she stopped in front of me, her 2 hands resting on the armrests of the chair, leaning in. Now you can call me Luo Shia? Her voice was clear and cold. Weren't you pretending not to know me in the venue just now? Her cool, refreshing scent pressed down on me. I tried hard to shrink back. No, I wasn't pretending not to know you. I was just passing by. You look so rich now, I didn't dare to recognize you. Luo Shia clearly didn't believe me. Don't hide, Jiang Hao. I'm asking you, where have you been these past few years? Where have I been? After we parted at the airport 3 years ago, I never appeared again. After I left the world, Ye Chen was supposed to dilute Luo Shia's memory of me. So I spent my days sunbathing on the beach and clubbing in bars, but I couldn't say that. I lied. I've been on the run, secretly missing you every day. Luo Shia's hand paused. The system suddenly yelled, Host! Luo Shia's blackening value has dropped by 1 point! Are you kidding me? You wouldn't speak when I called you earlier, but now you show up? The system continued. Host, I really want to be continuous, but I completely don't understand what Luo Shia is thinking right now. I tentatively asked softly, Luo Shia, are you doing well now? Luo Shia said vaguely, that's good. Then, have you met Yi Chen, Luo Shia? The system. Host, the female lead's blackening value has surged by 10 points again. What the heck? I'm done playing. I quickly grabbed her sleeve and spoke nonsense. Yi Chen is a distant cousin of mine. Didn't my parents go abroad after they went bankrupt? But my cousin and his family are still in the country now that I'm back. I just wanted to ask if you've seen him. Cousin? Luo Shia's lips curled slightly. Do you know that this cousin of yours worked at my company? I know. I nodded repeatedly. I'm the one who told him to come. I told him you're super nice, and if he followed you, you would definitely take care of him. Luo Shia suddenly choked my neck. There was no warmth in her touch. Say that again. I said you're super neat. Luo Shia lowered her head and bit my shoulder again. Stop! Are you a puppy? Luo Shia answered irrelevantly with a cold laugh. Don't you know if I'm a dog? You really went to a lot of trouble, disappearing from the face of the earth, but not forgetting to send a man to my side. She let go of my neck. If you want to see Ye Chen, that depends on your performance tonight. Be good, make me happy. She gave me a chilling look. If I'm in a good mood, forget 1 cousin, I'll send 10 for you to see. In the original text, the female lead was Ayangire, and when she was passionate, she would do many irrational things, like using neckties, belts, and handcuffs. That's why the original male lead also tried to run away, but every time he was caught, he would face an even fiercer and more intense experience. When I came back to my senses, Luo Shia had taken me to her residence. The huge villa was brightly lit, built on the hillside by the sea. Nowhere to run. She went to take a bath without a word. I lay on her huge bed, deep in thought. The performance she wanted couldn't possibly be the kind of performance I was imagining, right? The system. I can see the garbage in your brain. There's no other way, so why don't you give it a try? Try my foot! The female lead is devoted to the male lead and must have him. What if I mess up and she kills me? I think even if you don't mess up, she wants to kill you. Host, what did you say to Luo Shia in the car? Why has her blackening value been stuck? In the car, she was expressionless, unmoving, and silent. I just kept rambling. Did you and Yi Chen have a fight? Boys, mines are very simple. Just coax him, and he'll be fine. Why aren't you saying anything? Don't you know how to coax? I'll teach you how to coax him. First, say, be a good boy, let me hear it. The system. Host, the bathroom door just clicked open. Luo Shia is wrapped in a bath towel, her silhouette visible on the glass. Host, good luck to you. Wait, don't leave. The system left. Luo Shia turned off the bathroom light and walked toward me, step by step. I held my breath. All things considered, she had an incredibly good figure. Her hair wasn't dry yet, and water was dripping down. It flowed down her neck and into her heaving chest. She sat down on the edge of the bed expressionlessly and tossed a hairdryer to me. Dry your hair. I sat up, turned on the hairdryer, and blew for a couple of seconds. I couldn't quite reach the top of her head. Lower your head a bit. Luo Shia didn't speak but cooperated by lowering her head slightly. A little lower. She lowered it again. I still can't reach. How about you lie on the floor? The last two words didn't leave my mouth. Luo Shia suddenly hugged me. Zhang Hao, she asked. Why did you leave me? Why? Why? Because I'm not the male lead, and I shouldn't be with her. I gave up. Because I don't like you. I waited for 2 seconds, but didn't hear the system sound. That's strange. That didn't increase her blackening value. Luo Shia was resting quietly on my shoulder, not making a sound. I cautiously tried again. Because I'm poor, and I'm not good enough for you. The system was still silent. Okay, I said loudly, because of Yi Chen. The system. Host, the female lead's blackening value is soaring again. No way. So the reason her blackening value surges is Yi Chen? That night, Luo Shia didn't do anything in the end. She didn't ask me to dry her hair again. She just held my waist quietly and slept for one night. I woke up the next morning, and no one was on the bed. Downstairs, the maids saw me. Good morning, sir. They greeted me gently. Did you sleep well last night? A huge question mark appeared above my head. Sir? Who are you calling, sir? You've got the wrong person. Don't call me that. The maids. Yes, sir. What would you like for breakfast? Me. Lobster, crab, and Eastern Star Grouper. Half an hour later, I was sitting in the dining room, enjoying the crab roe. When I finished the 5th spoonful, Luo Shia came back. I had been thinking all night, but still couldn't figure out why the male lead would make the female lead's blackening value skyrocket. So I didn't feel like talking to her much. I didn't move. Luo Shia took off her coat and walked straight toward me. Zhang Hao. Yeah. Change your clothes. Come with me to a wedding this afternoon. You're a CEO now. Can't you even find someone to accompany you to a wedding? Who am I? Why do you want me to accompany you? Since talking nonsense wouldn't make her blacken, I decided to fight fire with fire. I sneered at Luo Shia. The person I like doesn't want me, and you're not going to go. I'll break your legs. I obediently changed into a suit and accompanied her to the banquet hall in the evening. I rolled down the car window. The sunset was beautiful, and the sea breeze was humid. I didn't see the look Luo Shia cast on me from behind. The system suddenly prompted, Host, the female lead's blackening value has dropped. I wasn't interested. Every time it rises, it's by dozens or hundreds. What's the point of a 1 or 2 point drop? No, it's been dropping ever since you changed your clothes. A thought suddenly surfaced in my mind. I turned around. Luo Shia. Luo Shia pretended to be languid and raised her eyelids. Taking advantage of her slow reaction, I quickly grabbed her hand. "Are you cold?" Then I laced my fingers with hers. The system. Holy cow! Her blackening value dropped by 30! Luo Shia was clearly startled, but she didn't look directly at me. She averted her gaze. "It's 28 degrees today. Cold my butt." I smiled sweetly. "Then you won't be cold if I hold your hand." Luo Shia pursed her lips and didn't speak. We walked like that, holding hands the whole way. Half an hour later, the Cullinan stopped at the entrance of the banquet hall. I let go of her hand. Just as I was about to get out of the car, I suddenly remembered something. I turned back. "Wait, Luo Shia." I abruptly leaned toward her. She was caught off guard. I stopped just in front of her. "Your clothes are wrinkled. Let me smooth them out for you." My two hands rested on her shoulders. I very slowly straightened her collar and smoothed her hair. Our breaths intertwined. Luo Shia's body went stiff. The system. Host, the female lead's blackening value dropped by 80. That's great. A very pleasant drop. Pleasant my foot. So is there a chance? The speculation was confirmed, and I felt relieved and gave up hope at the same time. Luo Shia liked me. Luo Shia is... The first target of my mission was her. My goal was to establish the correct moral values for her, make her feel the warmth of the world, and stop her from turning into a monster. Nothing else. So I maintained my boundaries and kept my distance, never doing anything out of line. The only thing that might have been slightly excessive was the hug I gave her when we parted. Surely she couldn't have fallen for me just because of one hug? Confused, I listened to Luo Shia's explanation at the experience meeting and was utterly shocked. "What the hell, Luo Shia? Yi Chen?" I stammered, pointing at the name on the wedding photo. "Yi Chen is getting married? The groom is Yi Chen, and you brought me here today for Yi Chen's wedding?" Luo Shia was completely unfazed. "Otherwise, shouldn't he be marrying you?" I cried out in shock, but Luo Shia showed no reaction. Instead, it startled the people around us. They turned their heads, didn't recognize me, but instantly recognized Luo Shia beside me. They rushed over to greet her. "Hello, Ms. Luo! How have you been? Luo Shi's stock is up again! Ms. Luo is an excellent manager!" Luo Shia, poker-faced, gave everyone a generic reply. My husband is doing well. He takes good care of me." "You're quite adept at confusing things." I quietly leaned in. "The husband you're talking about wouldn't happen to be me, would it?" Luo Shia glared at me. "What's wrong with your brain? Humiliation by self-insertion." I calmly shrank back. The wedding began, and I sat at the main table with Luo Shia. No one at the table had ever seen me, but they didn't seem curious either. Their gaze towards me was filled with appreciation and blessing. During the toasting segment, I intentionally stopped Yi Chen. Yi Chen, wearing a suit, stood next to the girl who was also a plot hole character in the original novel, but a million times nicer. The two looked very much in love. He paused and smiled at me. "Hello, you must be Ms. Luo's husband. Ms. Luo often talks about you. You're even better looking than she described." This sentence contained too much information. I pulled him aside. "How could I be Ms. Luo's husband? You are Ms. Luo's husband." Yi Chen looked bewildered. He wasn't a target and had no memory of the novel. I tried to explain, "You know Luo Shia, right? Don't you feel deeply attracted every time you see her, like your soul is resonating and every cell in your body is screaming, wanting to be close to her?" Note, this is how the original main male lead felt about the female lead. He couldn't leave her. Not for a second. Yi Chen thought for a few seconds. Honestly, there really was a phase like that, like some kind of evil spell, but it passed quickly, because Luo Shia is too fierce. She's terrifying. Yi Chen sighed. "I was her assistant for a month. At first, I was very attracted to her. Then I realized her temper was frighteningly bad. I accidentally spilled water on her prayer beads, and she flew into a rage, telling me to get lost and asking if I had designs on her. She said she was waiting for her husband to return. I had nightmares every day and was afraid to step into the office. I was at my wit's end, so I consulted a master. He said there was a mysterious, irresistible force between Ms. Luo and me that would make us repeatedly cross paths. But he said it was okay. This, evil spell could be broken. He gave me many talismans. Saying this, he rolled up his sleeve, revealing 8 perfectly aligned crystal bracelets. The master also gave me this. I've been wearing it constantly. After that, I successfully resigned, moved far away from Ms. Luo, and found the person I love. My silence was deafening. What was this? One mysterious spell defeating another mysterious spell? But it's okay now, Yi Chen pulled my arm and chuckled. Now that you're back, Ms. Luo's temper will get better. She said that after all, during the time you were gone, Ms. Luo waited for you every single day. From Yi Chen's perspective, the story was like this. Luo Shia was his boss. He was inexplicably drawn to her, but he quickly discovered that Ms. Luo was only good at her job. Her temper was awful, and she constantly spoke about a husband who was always on her mind. Her daily interactions were, to a subordinate, "My husband won't let me hit people. Slap yourself." To a female subordinate, "My husband has ruined my taste. You're ugly. Leave." To Yi Chen, "My husband told me to talk less with idiots, Yi Chen." Yi Chen noted in his little book, "Boss is lovesick." But soon he realized that few people in the company had ever seen this Ms. Luo's husband. He began to doubt, does Ms. Luo's husband really exist? Is it just a fantasy of Ms. Luo, like a delusion? Then he accidentally spilled water on Luo Xia's prayer beads and was cursed at. The next day, after a night of nightmares, Luo Xia emotionlessly told him to come over. Yi Chen humbly walked into the CEO's office. He saw Ms. Luo sitting coldly and then heard a cold, loud apology. "Yi Chen, I'm sorry." Luo Xia's expression was unnatural. "My husband won't let me swear at people. I swore at you yesterday. Here's an apology." However, she paused, then continued. "I also asked a master yesterday. He said you and I have a destined karmic marriage, a match made in heaven. But I already have a lover and cannot be with you. To avoid my husband misunderstanding us in the future, from today onwards, I will issue a new regulation. All company employees are forbidden from mentioning your name. If you want to keep working, please be understanding. If not, I'll give you a generous severance package and you can leave." Yi Chen said, "Ms. Luo, I quit. But I have one more request. Where did you find that master of yours? Can you introduce me?" After that, Yi Chen quickly consulted the master, broke the evil spell, met the female lead, and instantly fell in love. "My wife and Ms. Luo are good friends." Yi Chen said, "I only found out after dating my wife that Ms. Luo's husband really exists." The female lead showed him an old sketch stored on her phone. Luo Xia had drawn it sometime. The boy, wearing a blue and white school short-sleeved uniform, was sleeping on his desk. The classroom window was open, and the practice paper under his cheek rustled. A gel pen rolled to the floor. The sound of cicadas in summer, the endless green camphor trees. The female lead told Yi Chen that this was Xia's husband. Yi Chen asked where he was now. The female lead shook her head. "I don't know. They broke up, or I don't know how to describe it. He disappeared." Xia searched for a long time but couldn't find him. He might come back tomorrow, or he might never come back, but Luo Xia will wait here, always waiting. Hearing this, my heart felt squeezed. So during the 3 years we were apart, Luo Xia had been waiting for me, even though there was no hope, even though her master had likely calculated that I was a person from a different world. I said goodbye to Yi Chen and returned to Luo Xia's seat. Her aura was so cold that everyone around her who had gone to toast didn't dare to stand next to her. I called out, "Luo Xia!" She lazily raised her eyelids. "Done chatting with your cousin?" I asked her, "Do you like me?" If you ask me whether I have a problem with my brain, I'll immediately go back to Los Angeles and beg. Luo Xia shut her mouth. "When did you start liking me? Why didn't you tell me?" I recalled. "Was it because my souffle was particularly delicious? Or because you were falsely accused by the teacher of stealing food and only I stood up for you? Or maybe it's simply because I'm good-looking?" Even Yi Chen complimented my looks. Luo Xia coldly replied, "Why don't you go ask Yi Chen? I see you like him very much. You can't stop talking about him. He is indeed cute and likable." Oh, my face was pinched. "Okay, I won't mention him. You're the cutest. You're the cutest." I instantly became a sycophant. She squeezed harder. Okay, I mumbled incoherently. I don't like him, I like you the most. Luo Shia smiled, slightly loosening her grip. I stood on my tiptoes and gave her a quick, fleeting kiss. My ears instantly turned red. The whole world knows I like you. Except you, she said fiercely, but without malice. Once I put my stamp on you, you're mine. You can't run away, Jiang Hao. It was as I suspected. In the 3rd year after I left, the exhausted Luo Shia found that miracle-working master. The master looked at her and asked, "Do you believe in fate?" Luo Shia shook her head. "Then that's right," the master said. "You are the daughter of destiny. You don't need to care about anyone else's fate." "But I lost my lover. He's not from this world. He won't come back." Luo Shia was silent for a long time, her lips pale. "Okay," she swayed as she stood up. The master quickly called out, "But with more money, there's a solution." Months later, at the annual meeting, I descended from the sky and appeared next to her. On the way back, with the moonlight flowing like water, I played with the wedding ring on Luo Shia's hand. "So starting 3 years ago, you told everyone in the company I was your husband? You even showed them my photo? You secretly loved me all along, but didn't dare to even say, 'I like you.' At the annual meeting, you teamed up with so many people to deceive one innocent young man. Do you have any shame?" Luo Shia looked up and bit my lip. The kiss was so sudden that my mind went blank when she pulled away. "Where was I?" she stated with certainty. "Why did you disappear for 3 full years?" "Oh, right. Do you know about the system? I'm a soul from a different world. In my original world, I died. After I died, I was bound to this system. The mission reward is a few extra years of life." Luo Shia listened quietly. I thought she would ask if I had fallen for her during the missions. She didn't. She was silent for a long time, only asking, "Did you have a good life during the 3 years we were apart? Did your parents really owe a lot of money? Did the creditors find you?" I shook my head. "No, I was fine." Luo Shia looked at me deeply and suddenly whispered, "Jiang Hao, I went to Los Angeles to look for you. I didn't find your family, but I found a relative of yours. He wouldn't tell me your whereabouts. I beat him up, and he changed his story, saying your parents owed too much money and sold you for collateral, $100 a time. I didn't believe him. I broke 2 of his fingers and then turned the red light district upside down. But I still didn't find you." It was from that time that she began to use the unseen power of Luo Shi step by step, turning into the feared Ms. Luo she is today. "I reported him to the police. He lied to you." "I'm fine. The world I was in is similar to this one, just without you." Luo Shia smiled. "Jiang Hao, do you like me?" I hesitated for half a second, then nodded frantically. "Yes, I've liked you since I met you in school, but you belong to the male lead." I studied with her, took classes, did self-study, and played basketball. Every time she came close, a voice inside me started a countdown. "She's about to go back to the male lead. In a few years, she'll forget you. A better person will appear next to her. She doesn't need a clown like you." Thinking about it made me sad again. I grabbed Luo Shia's face. "Luckily, Ye Chen doesn't like you. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to be with you. Ye Chen is great. Ye Chen is an angel." Luo Shia smiled, bit my lip again, and said, "Mention Ye Chen one more time, and you'll see." That night, back at her villa, I couldn't sleep and stayed up all night. Just before dawn, I asked Luo Shia, "What's wrong with you? You're even jealous of Ye Chen. We haven't seen each other for 3 years, and you haven't asked me a single question. All you talk about is Ye Chen." She sneered as she took off her tie. "Hands out!" I didn't extend my hands, so she dragged them over. "What did you say that year at the airport?" Luo Shia mockingly recalled. "You said you were going to buy me strawberries. 3 years later, there's not even a ghost of a strawberry." She smiled. "But it's okay. We can grow our own, right?" Her finger traced downwards, and she said softly, "They can appear on your neck, your waist, and my bedroom." I had a very restful sleep. When I woke up, the sunlight was bright. Outside the floor-to-ceiling window, the sea was vast and calm. The system prompted, "Host, the female lead's blackening value was reset to 0 this morning." I mumbled, "Mm-hmm." The system hesitated, then asked, "Host, Do you want to stay in this world? My mind slowly cleared. Every time I completed a mission, the system rewarded me with 10 years of life. If I stayed, I probably wouldn't live much longer. I said, no rush, let me think about it. In the evening, Luo Shia returned home and went straight to the bedroom. Jiang Hao. Jiang Hao wasn't there. She walked to the balcony. Jiang Hao wasn't there either. Luo Shia asked the maid, "The mister?" The mister went out in the afternoon. I didn't notice if he came back. Luo Shia paused, turned around, and walked out while making a phone call. Jiang Hao! The call only rang twice. The sound of the front door opening came from the living room. As soon as I entered, before I could react, I felt a small, dark shadow rush into my arms. Where did you go? Luo Shia's voice trembled. She held me tightly, her head buried in my chest, motionless for a long time. I gently patted her. Shia, I didn't leave. It's no use explaining. Her voice was wet with emotion. You went out without calling me to go with you. She couldn't even manage a threat. I smiled internally, but also felt a little heartache. I lowered my head and kissed the side of her face. I won't leave. I went to buy you something. I don't know how long I can live, I pointed to the small husky puppy whimpering in the cage at my feet. So I thought, why don't I get you a dog? Maybe he'll live longer than I will. You look so lonely, Luo Shia. Don't be so lonely anymore. In my original world, I died in a fire. My parents could only take one person, and they took my little brother, not me. My family was actually very wealthy, and my parents were open-minded, but it was strange. Whether at school or at home, I was never the one firmly chosen. Before meeting Luo Shia, I never imagined someone would wait for me. Even with the male lead by her side, she still waited for me. So living a fewer years is okay, right? I hugged the husky. With you, 10 years is worth 80. Luo Shia was silent for a long time. She asked, can I talk to your system? The system instantly went online. Of course, my son of destiny, Luo Shia. Luo Shia looked at the air, pausing between words. I think sharing 49% of my lifespan would be better. System, are you sure? She said, you figure out the details. You can divide it however you want. I want to live one day longer than him. I was touched at first, but hearing that made me laugh. Why do you have to be so competitive, even with the Grim Reaper? Luo Shia looked at me deeply without speaking. System, okay. Lifespan setting is effective immediately. With that, the system went offline. In the huge living room, the light shimmered on the vast sea. The little husky barked. I leaned in and hugged Luo Shia. She held me tightly for a long time and said in a muffled voice, watching a loved one leave is too painful and too lonely, Jiang Hao. If we must face death one day, next time, let me stand here and watch you go on your journey. Since that day, the system has never reappeared. Luo Shia and I both stopped overthinking things. Live if you can, don't worry if you can't. It doesn't matter. But Miss Luo was still very insecure. She had long repaid all the money my parents owed, and she'd retrieved all the properties mortgaged to the court. Yet she still felt it wasn't enough. One day, she woke up in a panic from a dream. Jiang Hao. I rubbed my eyes. Luo Shia was being very serious. I'm transferring all my money and stocks to you. It's 3 a.m. What are you doing? She said the reason you disappeared last time was lack of money. I'm giving all my money to you. Even if you want to leave next time, you can't use this excuse. A week later, staring at the endless zeros in my account, I thought, fine, whatever makes you happy. Other than that, we had nothing else to do. Every day was a crazy blur of love, not knowing what world we were in until the day of the wedding. Luo Shia was waiting in the next room for me to change clothes. Suddenly, the system's clear voice rang out in my mind again. System. Host, there's something I forgot to tell you. Our missions are divided into basic and advanced. The basic reward is 10 years of life, but the advanced reward is 10 times the basic. The basic mission was to make Luo Shia a normal person. The system paused. The advanced mission was to make both Luo Shia and Ye Chen happy. I froze. I saw Luo Shia's shadow cast on the doorway. Black hair flowing in a white wedding dress, holding a bouquet, like a teenage girl waking me up in class with an impatient look. The lesson's starting. Wake up. She took her gaze away. then couldn't help but look at me with her peripheral vision. "She's ridiculously happy now," the system said sourly. "So live long and hard, my two honored fathers." On a bright spring day, I adjusted my cuffs and walked toward her. "Shia." She turned around and smiled. "Jung-ho!" The winter was long. You walked such a long, far road and still no one loved you. But she is here. She is waiting for you. She will wait for you forever.